What's up? It's Yigal here live again to talk to you guys about something that's been happening too often. And it's sad, and I need to talk about it. I need to address it. I need to make sure you're not doing this, because this is probably one of the most detrimental things to any pawnbroker, any business that I know, right? I'm going to give it about a minute for a couple of people to jump in. What's up, Raul? Good to see you, brother. What we're going to talk about today is a mindset shift. Is something that pawnbrokers say all the time when I'm having conversations with them, when I'm at a conference and we're talking about marketing or strategy. And it's the one thing that's going to keep you, the pawnbroker, from not making more money. And that's the truth, and not having that epic life that we always talk about on the podcast. So what that line is, so let me kind of give you guys some background. I have a lot of strategy calls with pawnbrokers every week. And as we're talking, I ask questions. You know, what's your loan balance? What are you doing? What are you doing for marketing? What are you doing for strategy? Do you know your metrics? And when a pawnbroker doesn't know the answer, usually the response I get is, but that's the way that we've been doing it forever. That's the way I've always done it. That's the way I've learned how to do it. When I'm on the strategy call and I recommend changing something, there's so much interference, there's so much objection to making a switch that it creates the pawnbroker. It makes them kind of get angry with me. It makes them, I've had pawnbrokers kind of like, okay, I really got to go have somebody in front of my store, or, you know, I've got a client waiting for me, and they hang up on me, all because they're not okay with being called out. You see, in order to grow, you have to be able to be called out on your BS. You've got to be able to be told and take it when somebody says, hey, I think what you're doing, that might have worked for you for many, many years, but it's no longer working anymore. So why don't we change it and help you make more money? You've got to be able to take criticism. You've got to be able to know that you're not the smartest person in the room sometimes, and that when somebody sees the business from the outside, as opposed to you being on the inside with blinders on, that's how we work as business owners and managers, that it might be better for you because people care about you. So whenever you say to yourself, but that's the way that we've always done it, it's hindering you making more money. It's stopping you from having more freedom in life. It's stopping you from growing your operation. It's stopping you from building an incredible team. Because if you think that you're just going to keep on doing it the way you've done it and it's going to work, I don't know. So let me kind of give you a metaphor, right? Think about like marriage. I married my wife 8 years ago, and we're very different people than we were 8 years ago. We grew up, we mature more. We've got kids. We're a little bit tired with a 10-month-old. So things change. And if I was to do the same thing I did 8 years ago, I don't know if the relationship would work. My body, I'm 40 years old now, right? I don't want to go to Magic Mountain and go on that crazy ride that goes round and round, because I just don't like it anymore. It's not the way I want to do things, but that's the way I did it before. Right? In my business, in my marketing, if I was to market the way I marketed 10 years ago, I wouldn't know how to do Facebook and SEO and Google Ads and Instagram and YouTube and all these things that create more and more business. If I didn't spend money on leadership training, I wouldn't have built a great culture. If I wouldn't spend money on marketing training, I would have known all these things I teach in the masterclass and the mastermind of for you to grow your pawn business. And if you want to keep being the same person you were 15 years ago and not grow, then there's an issue, because you're either moving forward or you're moving backward. You might even be standing stagnant. And we all know what happens with stagnant water. It starts smelling, mosquitoes start coming around, mold and moss grows in it, and it just sucks. So to grow forward, you've got to change. You've got to transform your mindset, do something different. Create a better habit for yourself. Stop doing something that isn't positive in your life. learn something, read a book, grow, take a course, watch motivational YouTube videos, whatever it is. But if you keep on saying that this is the way that we've done it always, you're not going to achieve your goals and your dreams. Your business is not the same that it used to be 5 years ago. The industry is not the same it used to be 5 years ago. The world is not the same that it used to be 5 years ago. And thinking that you're going to do the same thing over and over again to get a different result, it's kind of insane. You see, leaders don't think about what they used to do. They think about where they're going and how I'm going to get there. They add value to the people. They put goal. They write goals down in their pawn planner, in their whatever planner that you have. You're writing goals consistently and working on being a better person, be a better man, a better woman, whatever that is. Be a manager, owner, but becoming better and not just thinking, keep doing the things that we always used to do. Would you want to pay for software that was 20 years old that didn't include anything new in it? You wouldn't. Would you want to have a store that's 20 years old without making one change? I know that your staff and your customers wouldn't want it. So saying that this is the way that we've always done it, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't work. It's not an excuse. You can either say, I don't want to do this because I'm afraid. I don't want to create change because I really hate change. Or I just don't know how to change. And that's okay. That's more respectable than saying this is the way that we've always done it. And so I'm not going to change it because, that's the way that we've always done it for 40 years. You want to be going with consultants and getting me on the phone in strategy sessions if you wanted to not make a change. If everything was okay in your life, very seldom does everybody have everything panned out and all the problems at work are non-existent. We all need help somewhere. That's why I pay for mentors and business coaches as well. But thinking and saying that you're going to do things the same way, the way you've always done them, ladies and gentlemen, is insanity. It's crazy. And your staff feels it. Your staff is sitting in your store saying, man, this has been the same for 15 years. When is this going to change? When are we going to change the showcase? When are we going to change the flooring? When are we going to paint the outside of the building? Because I am embarrassed to walk into this location. When is my owner going to, do something on Facebook and Instagram? When are we going to create a better culture? When are we going to do something so that I can feel proud of working at this store, as opposed to just coming in here to get a paycheck? It's your fault that your employees and your staff aren't motivated and inspired. Then when people are on the phone with me, they say, Yigal, I don't understand why my staff isn't motivated and inspired. And I ask, when was the last time we remodeled? And they say, 22 years ago. Or I'll ask, when was the last time you took your staff out, to go play mini golf together or go bowling together? And they say, oh, I've never really done that, but I want a motivated staff. Motivation doesn't come from money. More and more people are quitting their jobs to go get a job somewhere that pays less because that place has a better culture and motivates them because they're consistently changing, evolving, transforming the way they do business. You've got to change for the better day in and day out. Do things differently. Learn something new. If you want your staff and your employees and even your customers to help you grow your business so you can have that epic life, you've got to show that you are open to change, that you're open to ideas, that you're open to learning something new, because the minute that you say that you know everything, you will lose it all. You can't say that you know it all. Once your ego gets in the way, you're stagnant. You start moving backwards. You might think that you won't, but you will. So ladies and gentlemen, stop saying that you've always done it this way. It's a great excuse, but I'd rather you be vulnerable and say, Yigal, I'm afraid to change. I'm afraid to do something new. I'm afraid to increase this or decrease this or add this or take a course or hire somebody. That's fine, but be vulnerable, be honest, be truthful, because when the truth comes out, that's when you can get help. Pawn family, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys soon.